Welcome to Little Bighorn Treasure Hunting Sources 23. Continuing with the great war chief, Crazy Horse, Wendell Grangard told me he first met Benjamin Black Elk in 1967 and they became very good friends. Working near Benjamin and Ellen's home, they spent many long evenings together. In 1969, while visiting, Ben brought out a double-pointed stone war club and asked Wendell, "Guess who this belonged to?" Wendell said, "I'm not a guesser," and Ben answered that it belonged to Crazy Horse. Wendell then asked, "How do you know?" At which time Ben showed him marks on the stone war club that were scribed into it. That was the first time Wendell saw Togia, and there began to open up a whole world of history for us all. Fast forward, winter 2022, at the Antique Nevada Gun Show, a great friend, Glenn Maddox, who has since died in an auto accident, God rest his soul, had 4 stone war clubs on his table. I showed Wendell pictures and he told me, "Don't let the double-pointed war club get away, but all 4 would be good." The problem was 2 were double-pointed, so Glenn made me a deal on all 4 and told me they came out of his personal collection. When I got home, I called Wendell and he asked me about the leather wrap at the base of the stone war club and said that when he saw it in 1969, it had a split in the very end of the handle. I told him I didn't know and would look and send more pictures. I looked and it was split. Now here on the head, you can see the scribing. Here's the horseshoe for horse, and it's a rounded check mark here, but the check mark for Crazy right there, as you can see here all around there. And then there's other markings in here as you go. And the history he sent me on this particular war club was during my examination of this double-pointed war club, I discovered the name Crazy Horse inscribed on the stone head. Crazy Horse and the name Worm are written in Togia in various locations on the stone head. And he married Black Shawl in 1870. They had 1 daughter. They are afraid of her, but she died at the age 3. Crazy Horse was one of the greatest war chiefs of the Oglala Lakota Sioux and fought in the Indian Wars. I believe Crazy Horse had this war club attached to his wrist when he left the Oglala camp for the Little Bighorn battle. He used the club to kill many soldiers at the battle during the fight at the Buffalo Crossing, which was Reno's Crossing. Now, some of the historical stories about this, one is told the story of Red Shirt at the Little Bighorn on June 25th, 1876. Red Shirt told his family that when Crazy Horse returned from his swim with Yellow Nose, he prepared himself for battle but didn't seem to be in a rush. He seemed to know the outcome of the battle before it started. Crazy Horse left instructions with them to be ready before he went to swim. When he was finally ready, Crazy Horse gave them more instruction on how to fight the battle when they all rode out of camp and crossed the greasy grass at the deep coulee ford. They rode south on the east side of the river looking for Longhair Custer because the scouts had told Crazy Horse he was coming. Red Shirt said they all rode together and could hear shots in the distance. When they arrived at the battle, the soldiers, Reno, were coming out of the river. Crazy Horse was out in front. Kicking Bear, in his testimony, said that Crazy Horse hit a soldier with his war club just as the soldier made it to the top of the bank. He kept on killing soldiers with his war club as they came out of the river. Red Shirt said Crazy Horse rode off up to the east ridge to see where Longhair was. Kicking Bear got off his horse, took a carbine from the first soldier Crazy Horse killed. Many of them got off their horses too, including Red Shirt, picked up things from dead soldiers. Red Shirt said he found a revolver. Another story portion of it from Flying Hawk, who was Crazy Horse's cousin and also rode with him at the Little Bighorn. Crazy Horse turned his horse towards the battle, followed by Kicking Bear, Flying Hawk, Bad Heart Bull, who I showed you the 1851 revolver, and Hard to Hit. It was a long column of Oglala warriors. Flying Hawk said they rode upstream at the ford at Cedar Coulee, crossed to the east side of the Greasy Grass, and charged upstream because Custer was coming down on that side. But they ran into soldiers trying to get out of the river on the east bank. Crazy Horse was out in front killing soldiers with his war club. Benjamin said his father, Nicholas Black Elk, was on the west side of the river and could hear everyone shouting, "Crazy Horse is coming." Flying Hawk said, my brother Kicking Bird killed one of the Arikara scouts. We killed many in the river, and we would have killed them all, but Crazy Horse rode up on hilltop to scan the line of the bluffs downstream and see everything that was going on. He must have known Custer was near because he said there was a large band of soldiers climbing a ridge to the north. Crazy Horse turned on his pony and rode up the hill to gather his warriors, shouting, "Come on, die with me. It's a good day to die. Cowards to the rear." So that's the story, and that's, amazingly enough, the war club that is just very well marked that belonged to Crazy Horse. And as you can see, there's many more, including his father's mark on there. See the check mark and the horse. And there you see it again. So I was just way blessed with this piece. It's just amazing. Well, I thank you for your interest, and I've got one more item I want to talk about Crazy Horse in the next video. God bless.